Hello, everybody. We are back after a while of being off. I fixed my sound issues, which, yay, I'm very happy about. This is the way it was supposed to look the last time. So now I'm very, very happy that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And so that is awesome. So, at the moment, we are traveling and this is what the characters see at the moment, and I am going to bring them to uh, a screen, and everybody should be able to see this dark, kind of stormy night. This is where you
It's
find,
not showing up on YouTube yet.
it should,
Still seeing the Bill Law and the dice roll.
yeah, it should be up there soon. And
Oh,
Bill
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bill Law is up there because Bill Law is the person who kind of won the last session of Deathmatch Island.
Mhm.
He completed the kind of win, and now Dito, what's Bill Law called?
He's been nicknamed by his follower as the professor.
The professor. So
Yeah.
this high school
No,
teacher on the verge of a nervous breakdown is
Mhm.
now the professor. So this is great. Um, so we are now
not the coach.
not the coach. We're now at the point where we look at moving up and in between islands and what we're doing in between the islands. So the first thing to do is kind of debrief. We make notes about the fates of all the competitors on the island. We've actually done that beforehand, so we know that one person died, and that was Ephraim Mason. Ephraim is dead. He will show up on the upper corner, and you may read about him as it scrolls along. So if any of you are watching the screen, you'll see a whole bunch of information about the different characters streaming by. So that if you're bored with our conversation, you can always just look and read, and it is entertaining. Some of the characters there are actually the kids, 15-year-olds that I work with the after school program, and so some of those are kind of real situations that they got themselves into. So theory crafting. So this is a cool little part for the three of you as characters. So we've got Bill, we've got Zane, and we've got Calvin. So the Coast Guard, the high school teacher, the professor now, and the military simulation enthusiast. What do you believe is happening? Yeah, what is happening with this island? Or these series of islands? Your memory is still kind of foggy about yourselves, but you've been a part of this kind of death match. What do you think it is?
No idea.
So, um, you might think that it's either political entertainment, maybe a big experiment, um, and it's theory crafting. So just take a little bit of time and just kind of think about it. Talk amongst yourselves about what do you think?
It's purgatory.
It's purgatory. You're
I've,
all. This is
I've watched
lost.
I've
You're all
watched this
dead.
show. I watched this.
Yeah, I watched this show.
um,
Or aliens.
Oh, oh, uh, Calvin, do you do you do you have some recollection of watching this show?
maybe. Yes, I think
Uh,
it's,
yeah,
it was definitely on the dark web.
yeah. And so, because you're a military specialist in terms of your, your online presence,
Enthusiast, yes.
enthusiast, you would have definitely gone onto the dark web, used that onion Tor, and looked around, and maybe came across this and thought perhaps maybe it was just another one of those reality shows, but
Another, uh, a very sophisticated LARP.
yeah, sophisticated LARP, love it.
There we go.
um uh yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna mark that down. um so we've got a Coast Guard, and we have the school teacher, or no, we have the Coast Guard, and the school teacher. What do both of you think? Do you think it's political? Do you think it's a big experiment? um what are your thoughts about this?
Must be aliens
Must
that
be
have some kind of
aliens.
entertainment, and maybe they eat the losers,
Oh, I like that. Eat the losers.
or maybe
Um,
they'll eat the winners. I'm not sure,
Yeah. You never
Mm.
know.
and they will inherit the bravery of the winner by eating their hearts.
oh
Oh,
wow.
this is
Oh,
what's his face from Omicron Persei 8, looking for the
Uh,
human horn.
uh,
Yes.
that's right.
Lure.
Yeah, that's it. Human
Okay,
horn.
so uh, so let's turn to our big our big winner, the professor.
Mm,
Bill, you have become kind of the fan favorite with over
mm,
I think you said something like 490,000 followers. uh
mm,
you have obviously a secret to your success,
mm.
but what do you think is going on here?
It's uh, it's a government conspiracy. They want to reduce the population,
Oh,
definitely.
oh, it reduced population.
Mm, mm.
It's a very expensive way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. I'd
and
give you
and
a
they're doing
good
it they're
package.
doing it about 1,000 people at a time. So they
Yeah,
really, it's really government inefficiency at its
yeah, yeah. To
best.
not raise suspicion, suspicion. Yeah.
um uh all right, so I'm gonna ask Dido this. So
Mm,
because of this kind of political theory that you have, do you think that it's maybe that there's maybe a dossier, maybe you found a bundle of fake passports, maybe a briefcase full of cash, or a report from an intelligence agency? Maybe you found a United Nations satellite phone, uh, a list of military targets, uh, some type of Illuminati ring or a symbol, or a bag of burner
mm,
phones. What what do you think you found?
mm.
Pardon me.
Oh, a
What
tough
kind
one.
of what do you
Uh,
remember me saying?
yeah. You remember finding a satellite phone?
Ah, yeah, satellite phone. Awesome. A United Nations satellite phone.
Satellite phone.
Um, so you have that on you. Um, and uh there's a key code that you've got to punch in, and you've been doing
Mm,
it on the boat, but you haven't been able to figure it out. For Calvin, you've turned to the sarcastic or the sophisticated LARP. Um, do you did you find a script? Obviously, you've seen it somehow online, but is there like a casting type of dossier that you found? Maybe you spoke to a competitor. about this? Hidden camera, memo from a producer. I'm
I
not sure if you
think
found a secret observation room, corpse of a VIP guest, maybe evidence of a set. What do you think?
I think it was probably a note from production.
A note from production. Okay, so a note.
So it's not got like
Okay.
it just like it's kind of signed off. It's basically like, hey, this has happened. Don't let this happen again, or this needs to be fixed immediately. Signed production. Like there's no names to it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
just this is a thing.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Um now uh now we know that that uh Zane is thinking to himself that this is some type of big experiment, an alien type of experiment, but maybe you found something. Did you find some type of report? Did you find maybe a readout of some type? Was there an academic white paper that maybe you found? Uh, did you find a corpse maybe in a lab coat? Maybe uh, some type of uh, alien evidence in some way?
I'm
And
thinking
or
I fo-
a broken glass tube with a competitor's name on it.
I, I I think I found maybe a crafted rod of alloyed cobalt, iron, and nickel that in a state that does not occur on Earth.
Okay. And so is it
I'm
like a
convinced of
rod?
that.
Is it a
Yeah.
rod or is it small? Is it
It's quite small.
okay? So it's nothing you can use as a weapon,
Well, I could probably hit someone
Hmm.
with it, or maybe
Like a
punch.
Kubatan or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Have you been trying to figure it out how it works?
I guess it's
If it
some kind of
works,
machinery.
yeah. Okay.
It just it's like the saying, technology sufficiently advanced is magic for those who. So I guess it's something magic about it, or something very advanced. But I can't
Okay.
figure it out. So I'm trying to figure out what this thing do.
Nice. So you've been on the sea, rough weather, bouncing up and down. At first, when you won, there were different people around. Uh, and some were you've never seen, some you had seen, and it's like everybody's weapon uh wasn't working, but there were maybe about 100 as opposed to 1,000 people who had been on the island of machinery. Remember, this was Junk Island, and it was a very rusted, horrible place. I think even some of you drank the thick Kool-Aid. I forget who that
Me
was.
and I
Ye-
guess it
I can't
was
remember, but
it was
Yeah,
Jed's character and
yeah,
myself, I guess.
yeah.
Mm.
That was fun. And so, has anything happened since then that you recall? Do you
No,
remember
I've
what
been known.
happened as a result of drinking it?
Um, I guess I gained uh, I gained an advantage, D10 advantage.
Yes, you did.
I felt rejuvenated.
Yeah, you felt rejuvenated. Yeah, it was kind of cool. So you've
Mm,
moved on from the junk island. They patched your neck up. You've got a huge scar, and in
mm,
some way you think that maybe you didn't die because of this this
mm,
this liquid that you
mm,
drank, but everybody
mm.
was like a zombie if you recall. So this kind of ties in with maybe the alien theory.
yeah, it's
Also,
alien liquid.
it's obviously being broadcast because
Mm.
one of you remembers that of seeing this, and the logo is starting to look familiar to all of you in some way. It's not just that you've seen it in the other island. You've seen it somewhere and you just don't know. And then of course there's this political aspect, and on the satellite phone, not only does it have the United Nations symbol, but it also has the Deathmatch island symbol on one of the buttons. And when you press it, so instead of like the pound key, you have the Deathmatch island key, but
Mm.
it again is asking for passcode. And you've been trying all sorts of different numbers and letter combinations and stuff like that, but you haven't been able to figure it out. And this is, we're not talking about kind of like your iPhone or your Samsung. We're talking about kind of like an old style flip phone, a
Mm.
real old style type of satellite phone, so that you punch the keys in. Now you've done some theory crafting, and now it's jury votes. And so, jury voting is a weird thing. I didn't look it up beforehand, but I'm going to play it like this. I'm going to start with Dido. Dido, what do you
Mm.
remember Jonathan doing? What was the thing that he did the best? And remember, his
Yeah,
character is
he
Calvin.
was good at he was good at destroying things.
Yeah, really good at
Mm.
really good at destroying things.
Yeah, there is a hole in a dormitory that can vouch for you.
So would you say that he outbraved people?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
he was the first in line, as far as I remember.
Okay, so okay, so just gonna mark this down.
And I remember he was brave in during the junkyard
Hmm.
when we blew up the cranes and
Yeah.
this I can't remember the name of this section was.
Okay. We have outbrave,
Yeah.
outsmart, outtalk, outlast. So those are our four kind of categories of jury votes. Who out who was outbrave, who outsmarted, who outtalked, who outlasted. So uh so Yun, what do you think? What do you think of Dido? Did he outlast, outtalk, outsmart? Uh, which one do you think kind of defines him? So one is cunning, trickery. One is kind of charisma and persuasion, and one is patience, commitment, tenacity, stuff like that.
I'm thinking Outlast, definitely, with his
Mm.
alien sludge and injuries, and
Mm.
he's still alive and kicking and in the lead.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. Okay. And so Jonathan, I guess your question is for Dido and Dido's character, Bill Law.
Oh, my question, or just which one do I think who should get
Which
what?
one do you think he should was he outlasting, outtalking, outbraving, outsmarting?
I Well, I'm not gonna say the same thing again because you just said what I was going to say.
Oh, okay, wait. I need you
So
to do no, I need you to do whoever
Yun.
is left. I need you to do Yoon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
All right.
sorry.
right, okay.
Yeah,
Zane.
Well,
Zane.
yeah. So Zane, I think, from memory, he was it was either outsmart or outtalk. I
Hmm.
think it was one of those two. Probably more of the outsmart, but he did end up taking the lead quite a bit.
Yeah, he you scouted, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, you scouted. So, yeah, I think that fits. So, what is that? That is out what? Outsmart?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, the way that it works is, for those kids who are following at home on page 61, um, you once you've done the jury votes, you mark one advance on your competitor sheet. And so you mark an advance. So the advancement
Advance,
is
advancement, not special advancement, right? Yeah.
so you mark down jury votes. So just mark them down on the
Yeah.
bottom.
Oh, jury votes. Okay.
Yeah. And we'll go
Okay.
through them again later on. I'm just going to remember that. Who voted for Calvin?
Calvin,
Bill.
me,
Okay.
Bill did.
Outbrave.
Okay, so I just want
Thanks.
the person's name. And then who voted for Bill? Yun?
Yep. I voted out last.
And then outsmart was Jonathan. All
To
right.
John. Yeah.
Yeah, to Zane. Okay. All right. Awesome. So, you all can choose, excuse me, an advancement. So you can move a capability up to a D8. If it's at a D8, you can move it to a D10. If you have, you can advance a D6 capability to a D8. You can advance your occupation die to a D8, or you can add another occupation. So, thoughts? What do you think?
I think I am going. Oh, am I sounding off on someone's? I'm going to advance a D6 to a D8.
All
I
right.
think I'm going to do that with Challenge Beast.
All right. And that makes perfect sense for you, D8. Perfect. Yeah, because it's physical, right? It's physical stuff. Uh kind of like agility, I would imagine, is or physicality. Um Zane, what are you thinking?
Maybe deathmatch up to D10.
Yeah, done. Done. And Bill?
Bill will advance his occupation to the 8.
Oh, your occupation is already a D8, my friend, because
No,
of those
no,
injuries. Yes, you were a
my
D8.
occupation is now the 8. Okay.
It was a D8,
Mhm.
so
It was a
it will
D6
go
because of my
because of
injuries.
your
Now it's the 8.
injuries. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
Uh,
what do you want to do now? You've got a
I'll
social game at
declare.
D8. You've got your uh you've oh yeah, you've got Bill Law is at D8. So you've got
Bill
3
lost the 8
D8s at
now.
the moment. Yeah.
And because I took injuries, I mark 1 advancement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you want to advance?
Okay, so I advance my occupation D8 because of the injuries earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
I will. Okay, I will go with Calvin as well and increase my challenge beast to D8.
Okay.
So should we get an advancement for injuries too?
Yes. If you have injuries, if you have an injury that is dotted, then you would get an advancement.
Sorry, what did you say? I have 1 injury.
Has it gone
2.
into the one with the dot?
I don't think so. I think the
No.
first injury is
That Yeah, and
So
so you
nothing
no.
below this. Oh,
Once you hit the dot on the character sheet, that's when you'll get an advancement, but you've also taken a physical injury.
yeah.
That is storyline going to affect you in the way that you do things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you get a bonus, but you also have a detriment that you need to role play. So everybody erases your injuries because you've been patched up in the last island. So they patched you up in the infirmary. They shipped you off in this boat. You've been tossing and turning in this storm, and seemingly it's just you on this boat, which is traveling somewhere. The engine is going. You don't have anywhere to go. You're exposed to the elements. You do have some type of rain gear, but it's not really sufficient. But you've been traveling for about 2 days. And during
Oof.
this time, you've had a chance uh, to talk to one another. And so you've had a chance to ask each other some questions. And so I'm going to activate this for everybody. And so though it will not show up on the YouTubes yet, it will probably as I am saying it, it will.
Yeah,
So
it
you have some,
we can see it on YouTube as well. It's very small, but it's showing.
yeah. Okay. So I'm going to just plop that down a little bit so that you can read it there, but you have it on your Foundry, and so you can make it big on Foundry. And I want you to try to maybe ask everybody 2 questions. So we'll go around in a circle according to, I see Dido at the top corner, in the top left corner. So I'm going to ask Dido to ask,
Mm,
so Bill, you're asking Calvin and Zane these questions.
mm.
So you can ask any
Each.
type of question, any question you want,
Mm,
and it doesn't have to show up um,
mm.
on the YouTube. You have it in front of you on Foundry.
Okay. To Zain, tell me a childhood memory about a time you learned a lesson. Mm,
Hmm. Let's see. I I remember I was out fishing with my dad and my uncle, and I didn't bring my knife. And of course, I got a very big catch. So it dragged away my fishing rod. And if I would have my knife, I would have cut the line and saved my rod, but now I lost it instead. So always carry a knife with you.
mm.
Nice.
Mm.
You can now ask
Ca-
Calvin
Calvin?
a question.
Should I? I must check.
Mm,
Remember
Can't
to
really
mark
see.
some of these things down so that you can use them for extra
mm.
dice during
Yeah.
play.
What's your proudest moment, Calvin?
You know, that's a tough one because so much of life is difficult to be proud of sometimes. And, you know, when you, I, we kind of discussed this a little bit, you know, I'm very deep in my military hobby. You know, I throw my hands up and I'll admit I'm I never actually joined. I really dig the details but ultimately playing pretend. Um, I just, and just kind of getting by in life, and sometimes that gets very hard. I think the proudest though will have been character. I think the proudest moment for me was bringing home that trophy for the competition, um, where I was on the winning team, and but it was down to in this mission, it was neck and neck with the opposing team, the opposing force, and it was a real Hail Mary moment that did, and I managed to just get that win. I managed to hit the mission objectives before the timer ran out, and that's what scored us the win and the trophy.
Great, vivid story.
Yeah.
Thank you. Calvin, you now get to ask the questions of the other two as you're traveling along and trying to get to know each other.
Bill, tell me about
Hmm.
a memorable sports victory. You're a school coach.
Yeah, I was school teacher, yeah, but I managed the kids' Pee Wee League during, yeah, it was a long time ago. We were always losing, but one day we're playing against one of the toughest team in the county, and one of their coaches was my high school bully. So yeah, I just tell the kid to be relaxed and to ignore this bully, but they made me proud, and they actually win against this team. Was my proudest moment because we never win a game. But when I told the kids about was my bully, they took it by themselves that they have to lift my spirit. Yeah, that's what's one of my proudest moments.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Ties in with Outlasting too.
Mm.
You have a question now, Calvin. Uh, over to Zane.
Oh, I'm questioning Zane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, just like, oh, we're swapping over.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, uh, Zane, is
Yeah.
there? Oh, I'm torn between two questions. Is there a time where you've almost died?
Uh,
You can say no.
I can't say no, I guess.
I know his
Yes.
backstory.
Yes, but we don't. So you can say no.
I know. I can't say nothing.
Well, when I was born, I had the umbilical cord around my neck and was almost strangled to death. But they saved me.
Wow,
I
that
didn't do
is
much
not.
myself. But I've always been quiet since then. a quiet child, a quiet adult.
It's
Ooh,
I
getting
don't think
deep here.
it's that uncommon.
Wow, that's and the fact that you know that story means that somebody told you. So that's
Absolutely.
very, very cool. And I see that Jed has joined us.
Throwing the
We'll-
pictures out altogether.
the picture is all weird, but we will solve that in a second. Yeah, I just put on the screen so that I can do some magic behind the scenes. Hi Jed.
Hello.
How are
Hello.
you?
Sorry I'm late.
No,
No
nope,
problem.
no worries. You've missed hardly a thing.
Late
If
start.
while I do some of my streaming magic in the background, could one of you or a number of you kind of catch him up to where we are now in terms of those things that we did, like theory crafting, jury votes, and recuperating some stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of focus on this, and you guys kind of lead them through where we went. Not all at the same time.
Well, you have probably some kind of theory what this is all about, and we have discussed a little bit what we think is behind this. And you can also share your idea. I'm thinking it's aliens.
I
For
think
some
it's
reason.
some sort of TV production.
And you have an
a
addition because you saw something on the dark web.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw some stuff on the dark web before this. I'm having a hazy memory. I saw a piece of paper that was signed production on the last island. And so I'm thinking it's some sort of extreme reality television competition. That's my theory anyway.
Like a Squid Games kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a government. They want to reduce the population, and I'm thinking this is their way. And I found a satellite phone, United Nations satellite phone on the beach, but I cannot use it. It has the logo of this strange logo on it, but it requires a code.
Yeah, and I got a nickel, cobalt, and iron rod that must be of alien origin.
It just must be.
Yes. Trying to remember what happened last time.
Yeah, we have left the old island and got
Yeah.
patched up and everything, and are on our way to a new island.
Okay.
And this time I think we're alone. Like, we can't see any other boats.
No. You can't see any other boats. You're in the midst of a storm. And in this storm, you are asking each other questions. And so, Blake, just so that you know, if you have any injuries, do you have any injuries?
I think I did.
Did you
In one
have
of the conflicts.
Okay. So, I would imagine that did you take the advancement for that?
Was it 2 injuries or only 1?
Yeah.
It would have only been one. I don't think I took it.
Oh, okay. So
I don't think I had enough for advancement.
So they've patched you up. So they patched
Okay.
you up for your injuries, and you have 2 fatigue. But if you use one of your cookies or supplies, whatever, you
Yeah.
can you can take away those other 2 fatigue if you so wish.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh,
You get an advancement regardless. So you have the choice of going up from a D8 to an advanced D8 capability to a D10. You can advance a D6 to a D8, but not redacted. You can advance your occupation die to a D8, or you can add another occupation. What do you think?
was increase your name? No, your name die increases based on your followers, right? So
It will once you get to 400,000 followers. At the moment, I believe that Blake has over 170,000, but I'm not sure how many. But you're not at 400,000 yet.
no, no.
No.
I know
Okay.
that.
So so you can, at the bottom of your character sheet, you'll see advancement. So whatever you think. And while he's looking at that, Bill actually won the last competition, the last one that we had. So Bill, I'm going to ask you, give you the opportunity of indicating a jury vote for Blake. Did he outbrave, outsmart, outtalk, or outlast? What do you remember from Blake? And remember, he's a filmmaker. He has his highest
I
is
guess
social
he
game.
was a smooth talker, and yeah, I guess he's out talked.
Out-talked. Very nice. Okay. Nice. All right. So everybody has 1 vote at the moment. And that was for...
And I guess we can take the same vote because I'm also thinking out-talked.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just do 1 at the moment, and then we'll do some stuff offline. But okay, and that was Dito. All right. Awesome. All right. So, do you know what you're going to advance, Jed?
I think he's doing something technical. He's turned everything off.
Oh, he has turned everything off. He's gone all technical on us. So, until he comes back, because he may be doing some house things, we were asking questions. Where did we get to? We had, I think, a pretty deep answer from
Jed.
Jonathan. From
I'm sorry. Yeah,
oh,
Sorry,
you're
not
back.
Jed.
You're back.
I'm back.
All right. So
Sorry, I had to find I found my character sheet.
oh, yay. Okay. So what would you like to increase?
I think I want to increase my D8 capability to a D10, which is social game.
Nice. Okay. So, oh, you're already at it. So a D10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So let's catch up a bit. Bill, you've asked 2 questions. Calvin, you've asked 2 questions, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, can Bill, ask a question of Blake.
I asked 2 questions as well. Okay. I will ask another one.
2 of you have asked 2 questions, right? So ask 1 question of Jed.
Okay. Tell me about a time you quit a job and why. Oh, he's on the phone. Yeah, sorry.
It was because he was on the phone.
Mhm.
He heard us. You with us, Jed? Okay.
Mm.
The classic send, right?
Mm.
Boom. How did you get
Sorry about
fired?
that. That was a total crisis of a child who needed more internet time.
Oh my gosh, more internet
Yeah.
time. Oh, I've been there. That's the worst. So, Jed, tell us about how you got fired from a job.
Quit. Tell me about the time
Yes.
you quit a job and
Quit
why.
or fired.
Let's see. So I'm a filmmaker is my occupation. So I think that I was on a TV production for a streaming service, and we were talking. It was like a sci-fi show, sort of along the lines of like Colony, but with like a more of a reality TV kind of vibe to it. And all of a sudden, the whole production got shut down. I don't know why, but I suspect we got
This
too real.
Not enough
none
support
of
for
this
Hollywood is what I say.
none of what we've been through is anything related.
I
Ah,
don't
nice.
I think Blake doesn't agree with the theory that we're on a reality show like Squid
Yeah.
Games, only
Oh,
because he's done enough TV that he's like, yeah, this is too good. Like
Oh,
this would be actually be crappier.
awesome. Awesome. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Tell us what your theory is then. Like, is
Aliens.
is this
I think it's
something?
like a government experiment, like they're testing us or something. Like
Okay.
this feels like the budget is too big and there's no clear plot. So, you know, it feels like something the government would do.
All right. Now, Zane has shared with you during this rocky boat trip and in between vomits and seasickness and stuff. Do you want to share what your theory is?
About the aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but must be aliens. It's too good. And I have this rod, this cobalt, iron, and nickel rod that can't be. It's not an estate from Earth.
How do you know that it's made up of those 3 things?
Yeah, only an
I
alien would
don't
know
know.
that.
They projected that into my mind. I'm pretty sure
Mm.
I've read it somewhere.
Can we start
Is it?
suspecting each other of being replicants?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You are
Inside
convinced
check.
maybe this is you believe that government testing has happened and maybe some of the people on this island are part of the experiment.
Oh, there's always moles. That's like, that's just
Yeah,
standard.
absolutely. So you think it's
What was
government
the what was the one from Battlestar where the Cylons were in
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All
Yeah,
right.
it's
So uh
an alien
Mm.
entertainment experiment.
It's funded by the
s-
government.
yeah.
Funded, of course,
Mm.
by
So
the intergalactic government.
The UN.
Mm.
now
Have you joined the Foundry, Jed, right?
I have not yet.
okay, so Bill has also found something that might support your theory.
Yeah.
He found a phone.
Yeah, a cellular phone, a satellite phone, to be honest, to be precise. It has a United Nation logo on it.
So you have some choices. You can either have found a readout, Jed, or maybe Calvin found some type of other a proof to support your theory. Maybe it's a report that you found or a briefcase. What do you think you would have found that might have supported this argument before you left Junk Island?
What were the locations we visited? I remember we were at the Gorge, I think, right?
Yeah,
And did we do the bunker?
you did
It was
the smashing thing. You did the compactor.
Compactor, right?
And we drink the
the
goo.
demon core.
The
There
demon
was
core.
a
Yeah.
habitat,
Yep.
domicile habitat,
Uh, and
a
Jed,
sludge
you drank.
market.
Yeah, you drank the sludge.
That's right.
You've got a D10 unless you used it. You have a.
I think I might have used it in the final.
Oh, I think
final
yeah,
round.
maybe you did. Yeah, okay. But certainly helped you through some of the things drinking that horrible sludge. So what do you think you found? So Calvin found a some type of paper from production. But it seems, I think, Calvin, that it was not very particular about its substance.
No, it was a memo, but it didn't have a lot of details. So there was a lot of you must already be in the know to be able to infer what's going on. There was no letterhead. There were no actual names on it. It just said this needs to be done. Production,
Okay.
like signed production.
So we've got a little kind of crafted cobalt iron nickel type of alien gear, possibly, that looks, I guess, about the size of a fountain pen ish, maybe a little bit bigger or thicker.
A small probe.
I hope nobody has smelt it. And we also have a satellite phone that needs a passcode, and Bill has been trying everything over the course of this trip. Even talking to you guys, he's still trying to punch in and remember what he didn't use before. But so far, there hasn't been a kind of you're locked out because 3 times and you're out, right? So he's still trying to get some type of pass to be able to communicate. So what do you have in your possession, Blake, that substantiates your theory that it's government testing?
Now, is this something I make up, or is this something that I should remember having found?
No, make it up.
Okay, just checking. Want to make sure.
Yeah.
I found on one of the combatants that we were fighting on the last island, and I pocketed it, and I didn't tell anybody till now when I pull it out, which is like a ID badge that has some sort of weird, like, government style logo on it next to the Deathmatch Island skull logo.
Okay. Does it have an image of anybody on it?
Yes, it has an image of a blonde woman on it.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe an
Name
alien.
P. Culbertson, level 4.
Okay. Awesome. We're going to return to the questioning. So, Zane, you need to ask Blake another question.
Ooh, Blake.
Zane.
Tell me about the time when you made a mistake, and what did you learn?
Well, I think going into the Crusher was a big mistake. I almost got pulverized there, but no, but for my
That's true,
history.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh, that is a great question. I think it was probably back when I was in film school, and I tried to do like the sort of guerrilla student film project, and I was trying to get a shot, and I fell off of a fire escape, and I broke my leg in 3 places. But worse, my camera broke, so I didn't even get to keep the film.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
So from then on, I always just like, always like have a spotter, or ideally have someone else do the shot for you.
All right.
Smart.
Has everybody been asked 2 questions?
I've only been asked one.
You've only been asked 1. So, Blake, can you ask Bill, now known as the professor, a
Professor.
question? That's his nickname. So ask him a question, and the questions are either you can see them on Foundry. You're not on Foundry yet.
I haven't
Are
found
you?
the link yet. I keep going to Foundry. It keeps kicking me to my own server. So,
Oh,
but
okay.
I've got the list of questions in the book. So.
Okay, and I will just make sure that I send you that link, which I sent to John, and I will send to you. But yeah, so ask one of those questions.
Professor,
Yes.
tell me
Sure.
a childhood memory of a time you excelled.
Ooh. Childhood memory about time I excelled. Yeah, I remember. It was a spelling bee when I was a child. It was I was maybe 5 or 6.
Oh wow,
Yeah, and
that's pretty young for a spelling bee.
yeah, uh, yeah, and I won. It was a regional one for kids at my age. Yeah, and I spelled the correctly word phenomenon.
Wow, no
Mm,
wonder you're the professor.
mm.
Do
I,
do do
I,
do
Yeah,
do.
I'm
it
not going
was
to ask. I'm not going to ask the question.
how to spell it?
Yeah, I'm not going to ask.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
Do
All right.
do 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 do.
Yeah. All right.
Phenomenon.
So everybody's been
Do
asked 2
do
questions.
do.
I would like you all to mark 1 trust between each of you, just 1 this time. And so you
Okay.
all have a trust with the 3 other characters. And
So
so there you go.
no, because last time I had 0 trust with Blake and 0 with Calvin, and only 1 remaining with Quan, because I've
Yeah,
used my trust
same.
last time. So we build the trust once more, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Only 1 point, right?
Yep, just 1. All right. So I'm just putting my little thing in the book. It is beautiful. If anybody is watching and has not bought Deathmatch Island, it is an absolutely gorgeous production. Try to find it, go all in. It's amazing. So we have asked all these questions. We have done all this homeworky type of stuff, asking what's going on, and you all kind of nod off and go to sleep. And in the morning, you hear the engine change. The weather, you wake up to a bright sunny day, and you see in front of you this initial view.
Oh, okay. Looks like a
That looks much more pleasant than the last island.
It is completely different. The water is calmed down from the storms. You have this beautiful image of an island. There's a crater in the top, and off to the sides, on either of those sides, you can barely see some type of buildings, and uh, your ticker goes off, and it's not a ticker so much as it's kind of like a smart watch that kind of tells you to uh, uh, check the starboard box. And so you go to the starboard of your little kind of ship that you've been traveling on, and there is a little box that has kind of, I guess, printed a map for you. And you now have a full map of where you are going. And this is the map that you see.
Project Resurrection. Okay.
And so I
Oh, okay.
would like you as a group to talk about where you would like to land. There is the supply dock, and there is the ferry dock. And Bill, you are the person in charge. Remember, you can use a fatigue, I believe it is, to oh no, you can use a, is it fatigue? Hold on. Maybe somebody else can answer. I'm talking to,
Is it a trust?
I think it's a trust. Yeah, to you can use a fatigue to include the die from a second capability in your pool. You can use an acquisition, yeah. You can spend a trust for another competition to give them your name dice. Um, you can spend a trust with the leader of the team to sway them to your idea of plan. Yeah, it is trust. Sorry.
Okay.
But I think that you have
Well,
to use the trust for that particular person.
Oh,
So
if they didn't follow my lead, right?
yeah, they basically spend the trust to convince you to their plan. So the four of you can decide where you want to land.
Can we go to the island map, because I thought it was looking something similar when I saw one of the location, because the island looked like a T-Rex leg, and I saw now there is a T-Rex enclosure,
Yeah,
and what was intended or not.
crazy AI. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
AI haters,
aliens.
but
Yeah.
sometimes, or it could be an
Yeah.
alien foot.
Maybe a
Who
giant
knows?
T-Rex. I guess it's better
Okay.
to.
It looks like the final battle will be at the Triassic Colosseum. So I sense a theme. Well, it's the same distance. I mean, do we want to go check out the T-Rexes?
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I
it's
guess we can
looks
go
like it's
to
about this.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess if we're traveling node wise, it's the same distance. It's like 3 steps either way. But physically, it's a lot closer if we go to the ferry dock.
Yeah, I concur.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so you're going to the ferry dock. And
Yes.
the
Yep.
ferry dock is number 1. And there you all find yourselves. I'm gonna do a little bit of manipulation here for those viewing at home. There we go. And so there's quite a fancy dock. It's able to take cruise ships. There's no cruise ships. It's ever so slightly more decrepit than what you think. And there are a number of crafts like yours that have already arrived. There seems to be one far behind you that's going to be late to arrive, but you are basically on your way heading into this situation. Um, just some overall impressions. It it is not beyond your imagination to think that this is some sort of theme park by the way that you see on the map. Yeah,
You beat me
no,
to it.
no, don't get us banned. All right, so because we are on YouTube. And so you can assume by the names on the maps that there are dinosaurs here, possibly alive.
Out of character. In character, Jurassic Park might not have been a thing in our world.
No, it's I misspoke. Triassic Park.
Yeah, Triassic Park.
Triassic Park. My dentals and my J's are all messed up. And so Triassic Park, yeah. There is pandemonium, just like the last time. The competitors are there's one group of competitors that are very military and sweeping the area and some of them look very familiar. And actually, you start to realize that the groups are the same winners, as it were, that were being patched up. But of course, a lot of their minions have died. And so we're down to a group of about 100 and a number of kind of main uh, individuals, competitors who are shining a bit more than the others. And you four would be part of that group. So you're recognized as well. There is a group hiding that you can see, and they're also trying to get out alive. And so you recognize a couple of people. So the first one is you recognize Emily, who is trying to hide with her band of people. And there's one other. So Eloise and so it looks as if Eloise and Dr. Cho are kind of trying to figure out how to get out of there with their little teeny tiny group. You see that there is another character that you've seen before, and this is Serafina. Serafina kind of goes hand in hand with Stanley, and they she's in a protected kind of area. She's got a bunch of minions around her who are kind of they're definitely looking to her for direction, and they are she's kind of pointing, and she has the map in her hand, and she looks to be extremely, from what you can gauge, she's extremely comfortable with where she is. The person who's in charge of that mob of military types is this guy Harrison Shaw. You've heard about him before, and there's a sense of both from Serafina and also from Isabel and Harrison. You see that they look as if they are satisfied that they have made it to their objective. This seems to be the last island, the junk island, was just kind of they seem to have been waiting to get to something, and Serafina looks particularly happy, and Emily looks particularly shocked, scared, and like she did before, wants to get the heck out of there. What do you do?
Do we want minions / cannon fodder, or do we continue on just as ourselves and trust in each other that we will make it through?
Do you want to go
I
solo on an
guess
island full of dinosaurs?
source.
Just checking.
Keep numbers small, stay quiet. Don't
More of
know
a
what
top
we're
I
going to
up
do
guess
than a
about
full
it.
meal.
I, I guess Eloise can be our ally, but sorry, Emily can be our ally, but I guess Eloise will not forget what we did to her team last time, so we need to be careful.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Eloise was with Ephraim, and you kind of took him out.
Yep.
So some smooth talkers may be needed. The situation at the ferry dock is, as I said, pandemonium. There, as I said, there are kind of accommodations for liners, cruise liners. There's a cluster of buildings on the shore. There's a guard tower, and it looks as if some type of visitor processing center. There are ticket booths and cafes, but they all look as if they've been closed for many years. And so they're not absolutely decrepit, but they certainly are empty other than looters and things like that at the moment. Your impression is that there are faded Triassic World banners along the jetty. And there seem to be loud animal cries from deeper into the island. Other than that, there's just running and gunshots from all over the place. What would you like to do? I'm going to say that I'm going to tell you all that this encounter is risky. And just to let you remind you what risky is, contestants uh, uh, for contestants who fail, the team receives one last acquisition for any rewards in that node. So if two player competitors fail, the production player subtracts 2 acquisitions from the node rewards. Okay, and so this is a risky area, and I am going to do the first roll. So, well, actually, I need to know.
How we approach it?
I need to
Yeah.
know how you're approaching it, Bill. Who or how are you approaching this situation? I don't need to know where you're planning on going. I just need to know
Yeah.
what you're planning on doing here at the dock. And what the first question is, what are you doing with your, sorry to say, but with your capabilities? Okay, which capability do you wish to use?
We need to talk with them, just calm the situation.
Who are you talking to?
Not
Who do you wish to talk to?
probably I will go to Emily.
Okay.
Can
Maybe
I offer a
Eloise.
suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
What if we go to Serafina?
Do you remember Serafina? I don't really remember her.
Well, I don't know her either, but she seems to like she knows this area, and if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken, she has a larger group.
She has about the same size, but she, as I said, she looks like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I concur.
Any other opinions?
No, I'm happy to see where this goes.
I'll keep my rifle at hand.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. You're keeping it at hand? Do you think you might use it?
Not if I'm not provoked,
Okay. All right. So,
but who knows?
uh, now I guess the main question is, how are you going to, what is your objective? What do you hope to get out of this? So you're using your
Allies, gaining allies.
gaining allies. So that's your main goal, is to gain allies and to get out with them. All right. So, you're using social game.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is danger level 4. And I'm going to mark down, I'm just going to look at the clock, and we'll probably just kind of start off, and then we'll kind of finish off for the next time. But I'd like us to at least start with where we are, and then next time we can jump right in. So, Serafina, you were going to be trying to um, deal with them. Okay. So, um, right. So, let's roll that. Okay, so you're working with you're working with 12. You need to beat a 12 in order
Okay.
to achieve this goal with Serafina. So if we can, let's just go around and let's know what you guys are doing.
So to remember the rules, I just select which die I want to use. So if I can use my name now and my occupation and social skills. So
You
I
have
roll
to
3d8.
so your name is automatic, so everybody should just use your
Mm,
name. Then you're going to choose social game, whatever that is for
yes.
you. And then
Mm,
you're going to let me know how your occupation is being used in order for you to gain your dice.
okay.
And then if you're using any other special type of equipment or anything else to kind of manipulate them, and remember, you're keeping the 2 highest numbers of what you throw in to the roll.
Mhm.
And if you're using some type of uh say acquisition of some sort, then that may help you in some way, and so you will get a D4 or a
Mm,
number of D4s in order to add to that number, but you only add the
yeah.
highest number of the D4s. So
Mm,
you may have 3
yeah.
D4s. If you get a 3
Mm,
and 2 1s, you add the 3, not a 5.
Good. Yeah. Last time I used an acquisition, it didn't go well. They blew up the whiskey.
Ev-
Okay.
Well, they shot it.
everybody
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody can mark down for their acquisition of these parts, the alien pen, the all of those things that you mentioned, whatever
Mm,
you have on you, you have that as some form of an acquisition. You get 2 uses out of it, and you can use that to manipulate, if you bring it into the story. And
mhm.
each one is worth 1 dice.
Okay. A D4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start together at the same time, or
Well,
okay?
we're going to wait to
Which
roll
one?
all at the same time, but
Okay.
first we want to go around in a circle so that you can count up the dice that you're going to be using, and then just hold
Okay.
off on rolling. So,
Okay.
Dido, Bill.
Yeah,
How is he using his teaching?
using my occupation, like said, I'm dealing with high school kids and kids as well, so I understand mopey and sad people, so I'm trying to approach them calmly. Yeah, try to approach them calmly, like like talking to an angry parent. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so I just want you to know that yes, you can do that, but just remember that they both seem very obsessed, and uh, they are stubborn. They are stubborn.
Okay.
But you already have the roll of 12 that you
Okay.
have to beat. So you've got 2d8, and you're using
3d8.
3d8s.
3d. Yeah.
Anything else that you're using? Any type of trust, anything like that?
No,
So
not
you're
now.
trying to build trust. Okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan Calvin, what's he doing?
Gonna use my name. He's not. I don't want to go in like guns blazing, so I'm just gonna stick with social game. So it's 2d6.
Yep.
On the competitor sheet, it says when you support a competitor in a contest, take one trust with them. Mark one new follower box and give them your capability die to roll. When it says take one, does it mean remove or does it mean add a mark? Because that could go either way in my mind.
The way that I've interpreted it has been that you're supporting somebody, so you're giving your name dice to say Bill.
Mm.
You're giving it to somebody, but you're taking it away. You're using, I guess, your trust on the other person. So you're utilizing that trust. So you remove them. That.
You move a mark. Okay, so it's not that you get one. Okay,
No.
but you do get the followers. I see. Then yes, for whatever good it will be, I will bolster Bill with
Okay.
my name dice. I'm going to support him with that.
And how are you going to do that?
Okay.
Hell if I know, I'll let him come up with that idea.
Okay, you'll let him come up with it. All right. So
I'm just thinking mechanically. So
yeah,
I'm
no,
on
that's fine.
2d6. That's it.
Absolutely, that's fine. And you do have the option to kind of sit out, but this is a way that you can sit out, but you're helping. Sorry about
And
the
I get followers. So
yes, you do.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So
That's what I figure I would do.
no, the smart
So
mechanical move.
I take
You
an
gain
additional
his.
the
You gain his name dice.
name dice is a d6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to move to Zane.
Zane will try to be tough
So it's your
and
name.
in the military
Yeah. So
military
name
style.
dice, your social game, and you're trying to be tough. And you've got a
Yep.
gun in your hand.
Yep.
So
So
you're
I'm showing it off.
forthright. You're being forthright. Okay. Anything else that you're adding to that? Are you adding the
No.
gun to that or not?
If it's possible without using, I won't fire a shot.
Okay, so
I'll just
so I'm
flash
going to
it.
say just keep it at social game because it that could be nasty. So you're just using it as kind of it's a narrative thing. You're there with it, but you're trying to help. Anything else that you're going to use? You do not have any trust with Serafina, as I recall, and so you can't use
No.
that. Are you going to try to use a different type of are going to use a different type of capability by spending a fatigue. Don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'm
Okay.
using my occupation, name, and social game, I guess.
All right. So mark those down in your dice and just remember to wait for Jed, who will complete our round with Blake and what Blake is doing.
Okay. So Blake is social game is his jam. So but the thing he's going to use his filmmaker skill once again, background occupation, to try to sweet talk, negotiate Serafina into understanding how we can synergize our groups together. And then also, I'm going to call upon Calvin's trust in me to make this happen. But I don't know what Calvin's name die is.
A6.
D6.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just everyone.
Everybody
can use my
loves
name.
Calvin.
Go on.
Everybody loves
Yeah.
Calvin. This is great. Okay,
Does this mean because he's calling upon me, do I also get more followers?
I don't give a darn about the rules. Why the hell not? Throw in whatever. How many did you get before? I don't remember how much it is. I don't have the.
It's written on the thing. It says 10,000 per support.
Go for it. Just throw in 20,000. There you go. All right.
Nice.
So, roll away, everyone. Let's see how this goes.
Oh my goodness.
Well, now, round one. Okay, so how did we do?
Thanks.
Okay, so I've got John's number. I've got Calvin's number. So I'm missing.
Why didn't roll?
I don't.
Very strange.
Oh wait, there's. Okay, so John.
You've only got 2. Oh, 3.
It's I only.
So I've got Blake, I've got Calvin, and I've got Zane. So you have to click on the player role. It's number 6. You should have it in front of you.
Oh, okay. I know I did it wrong. I shouldn't have added a comma. Oh.
No, I don't think it's commas. I think you just type in 1d6
space.
Okay.
Space or 2d6 or 3d6 or whatever it is, space.
3D space 1d6.
Yeah, but like I had 3d6 and 1d10, so it was just 3d6 space 1d10.
And of course, Bill succeeded. Why would Bill not succeed? So Bill with a 12, the round was a 12. And then let's see how the failures go. So, John and Calvin, or Zane and Calvin, can you just roll off to see who goes next? Or who's
D6
worse? Yeah, D6 doesn't matter. Okay, so does that means that
I rolled a 5.
Yeah, so
are we rolling high or low?
You're rolling high. You're rolling high. So Calvin, so it would be Calvin, and then it would be Zane is last. Zane, tell us how you fail.
I look cool. I stand there, and then suddenly the mag drops out of the rifle, and I look really clumsy.
So So you kind of embarrass yourself, right?
I'm trying
That's
to
That's
snatch it up and look a little bit cool when I take up the mag, and I just drop it, and bullets and cartridges spread around, so I
feeling
have to fetch them.
okay. So is there
feeling very
shooting and
much
go on?
feeling very much Jurassic Parks and Recreation.
Yeah. Uh, uh, Calvin, you're next. Um, you're kind of supporting people. How have you blundered?
Calvin kind of went into this not really knowing what to do or how to do it, and he kind of spotted there were a couple of different approaches going on. So he wanted to be helpful, but he wasn't help. It might end up being helpful in either of those respects, and I'll let them define those. But he was a bit distracted, and he was a bit like, actually, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here. A little bit here, a little bit there, and so he was a little scatterbrained.
Okay. Um, and now we turn to Blake, who is in who failed.
Yes.
How did that go?
I think got off the boat, crossed like the dock area, and there's people running around, and it's sort of like, this amusement park entrance area. And he's trying to get over to Serafina, and then a group of people just are coming by and they knock him into like an old cart full of like stuffed dinosaurs.
Yeah, there are
And
there are three individuals who actually I don't know if I can get the third one in
it's
there.
very sci-fi.
Yeah, it is. It's very
Your
sci-fi.
holocards.
I've got my holocards. So, um you've got this guy who has metal teeth and an eye patch, and you hear the girl calling him Jaws, and they're like plowing through everybody, and they're just a bunch of big bullies who are just kind of going along, doing their thing, trying to not get shot by, oh my gosh, not get shot by the various people. I don't know what happened to him. Anyway,
Is that
whatever.
John
There you
Pulbut?
go.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are other people. Hopefully they will show up next time. So now we now we go to the consummate winner. He can never fail. It is the
Oh,
Professor Bill Law, and Bill Law goes to Serafina, and and I mean, you are the fan favorite. You have just gained 120,000 new
ooh,
followers. 12, right?
120.
12. Well, 12. So isn't 12,
Tw-
what's 12? Fill in 12
Yeah,
boxes.
yeah,
Yeah, 12 boxes. Uh
12
so
boxes. Okay.
yeah, 12 boxes. Blake do
crazy,
6.
crazy,
Blake
crazy.
Blake do 6. Calvin and Zane do 1. But Bill, you have 12 boxes. Tell us all how you speak to Serafina. What do you do to convince her that there is an alliance being formed with her preservationists? I will tell you that in the conversation, she says that she was the CEO of this park,
Mm.
and that they took it away from her and they didn't trust her, and she wants to preserve it and bring it back
Mm.
to life. And are you in or are you out with our agenda?
I guess our agenda now is to survive, and now maybe later we can decide on whether to open your park again once more or not, because our primary goal here is to survive, and
Uh,
you need
uh,
us, and we need
that,
you.
yeah, Emily might, she says to you, Emily might like that, but I'm not Emily. Are you in or are
Mm.
you out? Now you succeed, so you have to kind of
Yeah, yeah,
capitulate in some way.
yeah.
But you
Uh,
know,
we are
it sounds like she's
we are in.
convincing you.
Yeah. I guess you are in the weaker position to negotiate, Miss Serafina. So I guess my group. I guess of course you heard of us. So I guess the better option is to stick with us. And in the end, if anything goes good, I guess your plan will be fulfilled. But I
Okay,
guess you
so
need first to follow us.
Okay, so she totally weighs this up and she realizes that,
Mm,
yeah, if she doesn't take this deal,
mm,
she might get smushed and she needs competent leaders and realizes that you are a leader as she looks down at your wristwatch and sees the number which shows up, which is now how many thousands of followers?
Uh, okay, now it's just a second. 'Cause 610,000.
600, and so she sees 610,000 followers, and she
Mm,
looks at hers, and she looks at yours, and she is absolutely convinced that you are the group to help her achieve her goals. And so, there you
I feel
are.
like this is like a Silicon Valley thing where she acquires
mm.
our group and then fires the three of us just because she wants Bill.
Yeah.
This is just what was Trump's show that he did where he kept on saying, "You're fired, you're
The
fired." What was that?
Apprentice.
The
The
Apprentice.
Apprentice, of
Mm.
course. So that's what it's kind. Maybe this is what
Mm.
it is. All right.
You're my group. I will never leave you.
Yeah, this coming from the
We'll
person
see
who's going
about
to
that.
run Alien. You have one Remington M870 shotgun that you have found,
Okay.
and you have one survival gear that you have found. What would you like to do with those? And then we'll call it a
Mm,
night.
Quick question. On the
Yes,
boat, you said I could use a equipment like survival gear to remove 2 fatigue.
absolutely.
Okay, I did that
Yep,
because I still had 1 survival gear from the last island.
yep, absolutely. Yep. So
okay.
now you could easily give it back to him. Blake did end up helping
Mm.
in some way,
Yeah, I'll give him one of the survival gear if you don't have any.
and the
I'm fresh
Remington
out.
and the Remington M870 shotgun. Where is that going?
I already
Uh,
have one. I don't
uh,
need it.
I'm not very good with guns. Zane,
Sure,
do you have
I'm
a
good
gun?
with guns, as you just saw.
Yeah. I'm looking at Serafina. Don't worry. Let us do the. Let
And you
us
can
do
always,
the. Mm,
yeah, you
give
can
it to
always
them.
give Serafina the gun.
Yeah. I guess
I,
we need
I,
just to build trust before we can give you a shotgun, and we are moving before you. So it's not personal, but I don't trust you.
I have this vague recollection of Emily and maybe even Serafina. Maybe it was Love, what
Emily.
Eloise
Mm,
Love, but I remember you not giving stuff over to them. So
mm,
you're getting a reputation. Back to the map.
As a winner.
And then back
mm.
to the map, and then we're going to call it an evening. But I'm going to throw you all back to the map. So where would you like to go next? You are now at the dock, so I'm just gonna make this
The main
large.
gate, obviously.
Oh yes, you only have oh well, you've got a number of choices. Oh no, you don't. You just have the darn main
Mm,
gate to go to.
mm.
All right, so
Yeah.
uh
You're at the
but
ferry dock, not the supply dock.
Yeah,
no.
but the
So
main gate is a point of interest, so it's not too risky.
and so you are going to find yourself at the main gate, and I will activate this for you so that at least you can see it.
Nice.
There you are at Triassic Island, and you are now ready to go. And we will pick this up the next time we play. We'll coordinate when we
Can Blake like break the neon so it just says Ass Island?
Absolutely, you can.
I totally want to do
Oh,
that.
for sure. Okay, so it's now Ass Island, and Ass Island. Um, and this is because you're a filmmaker and you know that it would make an impact, right?
Also, I have a beef with Steven Spielberg or his
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
yeah.
Thank you all very much. I know that we all had different plans and stuff. It's one thing to do it with the like for me with the kids at the table, and I have a bunch of 15-year-olds and 6 of us are doing various things, but it's another thing to have all these pieces of paper and not I have a microphone in front of me instead of having my iPad, which has all my answers. And so I have a whole bunch of pieces of paper and stuff like that. But this is what I use with the kids, and just so that you know, um Willow is one of the guys who's been playing with the after school program for the past 3 years, and all I can say is Willow is a mean girl, and she would be great in the Heathers. Okay, she's just nasty. She also has a barbed steel through her leg, and she's still okay. Rosa is one of our more recent joinees, and he has lost his mind. He's a reporter, and so he keeps on reporting on everything instead of actually playing in the world. He's playing as a reporter in the world, and so that's hilarious. Rosalina Chung has been bullied by everybody. She's been with us from the very beginning, and she's the original person who does the meanest things, and she's the sweetest person. She when I first played with this group, and 4 of them are original, she we were playing Vaesen, she got possessed, and she grabbed her high heel shoe and rammed it into her servant's head. And unfortunately, that servant, the person who was playing the servant, had to leave the group because of disciplinary reasons. And so there was yeah. And so then there's Chris Juarez. He's played by another recent joinee, and he wants to be a fashion. This character wants to be a fashion model, and hasn't really developed the character enough for me to say anything. But Jaws is a paratrooper who fell badly, injured his mouth, and basically looks like the James Bond character, and so he, like, bites through everything. He bit through a T-Rex because they've completed this island. They just completed it, and so, that's pretty cool, and this is, the last character, Gretchen Leung, and she, again, is one of those Heathers. Very, very nasty piece of work, and, she's played by one of the quieter girls in the group, but she's pretty nasty. So when you encounter them, they are being played by real people, and I'm playing them exactly the way the kids played them.
Okay.
So they
So
will make.
you went and got those cards made?
Yeah, I made all of these cards. You gave me the template, right? And so I took your template.
Oh, yeah.
And then what I did is so I've printed them all off because the kids find this amazing, right? I plunked down a picture so they can refer to the names and stuff. So it makes things
Yeah.
easier for them. Uh,
That's fantastic.
and for all of you, I keep on forgetting your names, but on the back of everything, I've got scribbles of who you are, what your specialties are, and stuff like that, so that I can have notes. But when I'm putting the card in front of the kids, I have the name of all the characters. And so for Ephraim, in the back, I have his name, I have his number, I have all of his stats. He's a sheep farmer, D6, aggressive, D8, arrogant, D8, chauvinist, D8. He's dangerous. And Mason's Men is a D10, innumerable, D10, loyal, D10. So I have all the stats for this character right in front of me as I'm looking at the characters. I put them on little Dragonbane standees. Well,
Awesome.
thank you all very much. This was lots and lots and lots of fun. Oh, look at that. Somebody scratched it out already. Oh, so mean. But I like how it's flowery. That's nice. It's very tropical. We will see you again soon. And so I'm going to exit the YouTubes.
stream.
Bye, everybody. So the streams are gone, and it will just be us.
Bye.